Hello guys. So I'm going to be explaining all the assignments to you guys. Sorry, not all the assignment, the past assignment I gave you guys. I'm going to be explaining it. So first of all, you already have your app created with the npx create expo app command. So a lot of you guys will have different formats. The some will be using app.txs, some will be using index.txs, but make sure that you're using index.txs. So if you create your app and you're seeing in app.txs and the structure is not looking like my own, like this structure, just recreate it. So you're going to see these layouts in your tabs folder and all that. You understand? And the index.txs inside your tabs folder you get. So basically this is a crypto application, a crypto payment application. That's what we are going to work on as the assignment. So when you run your application, create the application, you are going to only see the tabs folder. There is no authentication folder. You get. So when you have only the tab folder, then all you have to do is to create the authentication folder. Then you create it exactly as it is here. That's your first task. You create this exactly as it is here. Then you add the layouts, make sure it's underscore layout.txs, email.txs, login.txs, and welcome.txs. These are the four files you need inside your auths folder in your app folder. You get, as you can see, this folder is inside the app folder. Then in your tabs folder, which you already have, what you have to do is create the accounts file, account.txs, plans.txs, referral.txs, wallet.txs, and all that. You get. Then you go over to your components folder, this one, in the Zend part. You don't need to create this Zend folder, but I just created to make it more clean. So you just come and create your okay, yeah, you don't need to create all this. Do not create it, because this is just my own way of getting my own tax done. You understand? You don't need a custom. Okay, yeah, you need this part. You need this custom tab bar. You need this part. So in your components folder, create the custom tab bar.txs. This is what is inside. Or just entails is importing the iron icons from material community. Import type, bottom tab bar props. You understand? Like everything that's top here. You import them, then import these Zen colors from down to this part. This is just from me. You understand? You don't need that. You just put your colors manually. You understand? Then cost labels, record, string, then the curly braces. You call the tabs, which is index. Index is your home, wallet is your wallet, referral is your referral, plans is your plans, account is more. You understand? So that's just how it is. You get. So then you call the functions and you switch. You understand? Like giving a const dim rather focus. This is like I explained in class, like when you see this focused in question mark is like when the area is focused, this is the color. Like when it's clicked on or so whatever, this is the color. But when it's not clicked on, this is the color. You understand? Tab inactive is gray, so you can just use the normal color without calling that tab inactive. Because I'm using Zen colors, like I created a constant called Zen colors, and that's where I'm importing my colors from. But you don't need to do that. You understand? And now you are going to now let me explain this part. Switch route name. This is like when you are clicking the routes in the bottom tab bar, they'll be showing different things and all that. So in the case where it's the index, which is the home, return iron accounts focused home. If not focused, home outline, like the icon is going to be the home icon. You understand? That's just how it is. Let me run my app on the web so I can be showing you guys as I am explaining. I'll wait for it to bundle. Let's continue. So the in a case where it's index, you return icons, iron icons, name, home. When it's not focused, home outline. The size is going to be 24 and the color is going to be dim. This dim UDDA comes dim. You understand? So in a case where it's wallet, you return icons, card, when it's focused card, when it's not focused, maybe when it's not clicked on, card outline. The size is 24, color dim. So for every other part, you understand, then you import you already imported the material icon, so you render it here in your return. You understand? So for the case plans, you are using material icon for the piggy bank stuff. You get. In the case where it's icon, same thing, return iron icons, focus person, focus outline and all that. Then this way you export your default function, which is custom tab bar, state descriptors and navigations and all that. Everything you declared up here, you pass them into it. They give a constant set, you say variable cost bottom equals math.max instead of bottom 8. You understand? This is just a constant to help you do a little bit of calculation. You get then you return your view. In your view, passing states.routes.map. You understand? Then the constant press function, like when a user clicks on each of the tab, it should process that. Like you can leave out this part, but you can also include it because it's like an expo constant. You understand? This when it's on press, if process of env stuff like that. This is just when it is an iOS phone, like an iPhone. You understand? Then it does this. Yeah, you can also include it. You get then cause invent equals navigation limit, type target route key and all that. Like it's just you telling it telling the tab buttons whatever you want them to do. You understand? So it's not really that difficult. You just go through it step by step. You get then the view, you have another return here with the view pressable button, text and all that. Then it pressable also like for all the should I say buttons that are going to be there. You understand? So there's a style, the style sheet, you style every style you call here. If you are calling styles as fab column style dot whatever, like you need to come here and style them. You understand? So that's the first step. That's like the third step, rather, creating this. You understand? Because that's all you're going to need. Then you also create this also. The Zen logo. You can call it anything, but it's just the logo that you see. The Zen Finance logo. Then you create the haptic tab. You create this also. This is how it looks like. You can just take a screenshot of this. And you can also take a screenshot of the um tab, the Zen logo part. You understand? So now this is a trust footer. You can take a screenshot of this too. It's just so you just copy and paste. You understand? But make sure when you're copying and pasting, you are not like when you see the errors, like you're going to see an error here for the Zen color white or whatever. Just use white color. Leave the Zen colors that's white because like I said, I created a constant without Zen colors. You understand? So you don't need it. This is a support button. You can create you can just screenshot this and use it. You understand? So these are just what you need to create. You need to create this custom tab in your component, support chat button in your component, trust footer, and send logo. You get and these haptic tabs. That's what you need to create. You understand? If it's not already created to you, like if you don't have the haptic tab, then you create it. This haptic tab, if you don't have it already, then you create it. You understand? So now let me just show you guys the app so you understand each part as I explain. So these are the app looks like. So this page now, this particular page you're seeing here,